I may be wrong and you might be right. By an effort, we may get nearer to the truth. That's according to Karl Popper. Debate is a formal argumentation between two teams or individuals. More broadly, and more importantly, debate is an essential tool for developing and maintaining democracy and open societies. More than a mere verbal or performance skill, debate embodies the ideals of reasoned argument, tolerance for divergent points of view, and rigorous self-examination. Above all, it is a way for those who hold opposing views to discuss controversial issues without descending to insult, emotional appeals, or personal bias. At the end, it is an agreement, or it allows for a robust analysis of the questions at hand. It is always known that it is better to debate a question without settling it rather than to settle a question without debating it. On the list of the school issue, many parents find themselves agreeing with their children rather than their teachers. That is permissible use of cell phones at school. Many parents and students variously support the legitimacy of allowing cell phones in the classroom, but most teachers still oppose the practice. The truth is that all cell phones, with all the technology associated, have become pervasive element in the aspects of American culture, and it is an issue in school must address. As part of the SEAMEO-debate-Insisto-part 21 requirement, I have to conduct a debate. My warmest felicitation to the visitors we have today. I am very pleased with the presence of our visitors who have sliced a bit of their time for this activity. We have with us our very own OIC, Mrs. Pilar J. Lozano, in behalf of our principal. We are also lucky to have with us the Master Teacher 1 of Labuan Central School and a Grade 6 advisor, Mrs. Florinda F. Coven. Also, our Teacher 3, in the person of Mr. Roldan Torino, our MSEP School Coordinator. In our previous lesson on ICT and literacy education, we learned that there are many types of technology that can help us advance in learning. One of those is the use of computers, tablets, and cell phones. We have integrated ICT in our lessons. One is the chat forum, where we have discussions and comments. Another one, we use technology for surveys and data collection. Pupils bring cellular phones in school and some don't, though they have one at home. Usually, they use those when they reach home or after classes, rather than use them both in school or at home. Today, we are going to witness a debate from a grade 5 class on the issue that cell phones in the classroom, should they be allowed? And to start with, may I call in Trixie K. Canad, a grade 5 pupil, to begin.
A special greetings to each and everyone, especially to our visitors, classmates, and teachers who are with us today. The cell phone is becoming a necessary component of modern civilization. Mobile phones becoming more and more important in people's daily life. But phones bring positive and negative effects to students. Cell phones in the classroom, should they be allowed? To begin with, may I introduce to you the members of the proposition. First speaker, we have Rolenzo Resueño. Second speaker, Irishane Bacalzo. Third speaker, Bernadette Bacalzo. Fourth speaker, Normina Sarail. Fifth speaker, Eunice Cortez. And they're the members of the proposition. Also, we have the members of the opposition, starting with Jamie Altimaco, first speaker. Second speaker, Dorothy Sobreno. Third speaker, Ashley Jimenez. Fourth speaker, Mirelle Ko. Fifth speaker, Maybelline Saavedra. And they are the members of the opposition. May I request everyone to rise as we invoke the presence of our Almighty with a prayer to be led to us by Precious Jimenez.
Heavenly Father, our Savior and Redeemer, we give honor and praise to thy most mighty name. We thank thee for thy wondrous deeds, for the countless blessings that we receive from you. Thank you also, dear God, for being good provider for us. Despite our shortcomings, you remain a faithful God to us. Lord, we offer to you this activity, the class debate. We humbly ask for your guidance, enlightenment, and protection so that everything will be all right as we go on with our activity. We ask you also to bless the teachers, pupils, and all the people behind this activity. This we pray in the most holy name. Amen.
You may now have your seat. Let's hear from the first speaker from the proposition.
A better morning to each and everyone. I am here right now to tell you the positive effects of cell phones in school. A phone can be used for educational uses like assignments and projects. Most of us use cell phones in school for educational purposes. We use cell phones in projects which are printed for research in a website such as google.com. A cell phone can make your life easier. It can also help you to communicate with your parents, especially during an emergency. Positive effects of cell phones include the essential role the device plays in emergencies, and the opportunity the device allows for convenient communication. Cell phones should be allowed in classrooms because they are a useful resource for the on-the-go students. Almost everything we do, we use cell phones. If there were no cell phones, we'd have slower communication. Without cell phones, we would be tired to look for our research. When you use a phone, you just type in your keyword, then copy the result. It might be the cause of the children being more cooperative via videos from YouTube, so the teachers won't get tired from discussing it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now let's have the first speaker from the opposition.
Better morning, everyone. I am here right now to read and to tell something about the negative effects of bringing cell phones in school. In the past years, people live without gadgets. We can use the library in our research activities. Using cell phones in the classroom will not help students with their work, all the while and overseeing everything to make sure that they're staying on task. There's also some concern that texting distracts other people when they should be doing homework or talking to the same people as them. Parents should constrain their children from using cell phones inside the school so that they will concentrate on their education, rather than spend all their time texting messages and invading other students' privacy. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Cell phones provide a convenient and direct way for parents to contact their children when they are at school and vice versa. For example, if a parent is going to be working late, he can contact his child via text message to let her know. Similarly, students can use their cell phone to let friends know they are running late or to ask them about homework they might have missed.
Cell phones have been used to call in bank checks. In other situations, checking a cell phone is not easily done. Also, students' use of cell phone in a school emergency can possibly trigger a real bomb if an explosive device is on school's property.
Students who have a smartphone can use various applications that are designed to assist in learning and designed just for students. Many of these smartphones have programs that are similar to what is found in a laptop or desktop computer. Being able to quickly look up facts on the internet is possible on many phones. If a student needs assistance with classwork and does not have access to a computer, a smartphone can be used in a snap. Important phone numbers can be easily stored in cell phones. For students, this can be important in case of they become sick while at school or are in an emergency situation. From just a slow-case communication system to a fast and advanced method of communication, all individuals are affected, especially the younger generation, which includes students in school. Most of the students become addicted to mobile phones and found playing games, chatting with their friends, watching movies, and other stuff. If students are busy keeping their eyes on their mobile phones at all times, they won't get time for studying, which would lead to poor grades. Library is very important to us because it helps us in our research, and that is the reason why did they build the library. They build the library so we can go at the library, and you will not spend your money just for cell phones. If you have an assignment or report and you are going to research it, what should you use for your report? Aside from using gadgets or cell phones, you could use some books from the library. As what I said, there are answers inside the books. And if you don't have gadgets, you don't need to buy one just to get and research about assignments and play games. You can use books.
With a cell phone in everyone's hands, there would naturally be unhealthy competition to see who got the latest model and hottest brand. This would only increase the worries and expenditure of parents, as every student would pester their parents to buy them new cell phones. How are you going to keep yourself safe from accident?
Cell phones can store contacts like the police in the hospital. Also, they can store contacts like the Bureau of Fire Protection. Cell phones keep you safe. Believe it or not, a cell phone could save your life. In school, say you don't need to use a phone to contact people. But what if something happens like the school phone lines goes dead? Also, if you need a phone number the school doesn't have, it will most likely be under your contacts list. And if students might need to contact a student in another class for something important, they can always contact them.
Why are we living in the 21st century while some people still ignoring the progressive of technology? I believe that cell phones are useful learning tools that improves the student level to the better point. Or in my humble opinion, allowing students to use cell phone can teach them a lot of things, such as practical guide for educators. Allowing cell phones in school inform the students how to deal with technologies. Actually, it will prepare us for adults' life. It's a perfect technique to be responsible and wise with using it beside the education of purposes. It makes the topics insist of understandings. Our modern phone can be a great learning tool in schools.
Inside the classroom, students are distracted from lessons to play games and text message that can be an aid for cheating students. Also, the camera in cell phone can be used to photograph exam. This is extremely distracting for not only the student because they are obviously not paying attention, but can also become distracting for other students around them if a teacher has to stop their lecture or instruction. To ask a student to turn off their phone, it is also distracting the entire class and include a distracting rule. Cell phone use, police and education, automobile accident.
has advanced to the point where they have the function and the capacity of the computer, allowing students and adults to access the internet, music, and take pictures. Most cell phones have a camera these days, so children can use this to take pictures of things in class. This is a great for science class, for example, where they be exposed to certain creatures, plants, and other things that they probably won't encounter anywhere else. Picture can also be useful for any sort of step-by-step process, so that they can later review the photos to better understand the procedure. If you have an assignment in science, what are you going to use to take photo or research as on-the-go student?
I respect your opinion, but for us, when I reach home, I would use the internet connection to search that assignment. If you don't have internet connection, you could use books, magazines, and newspapers. At that time, you won't spend your money, and you won't distract yourself from concentrating from school activities and classroom activities.
Bringing cell phones to school would also pave way for them. With expensive cell phones in every other person's bag, anyone could steal a cell phone, disrupting discipline and making school a very unsafe place. As pupils, we have to be responsible. If we are about to go home, we have to contact first our parents so that they will be aware of our whereabouts. We have to save lists of contacts to important persons. Use only our cell phone when needs arises and keep it inside our pocket or bags. We don't have to show it very often. It will be too distracting. There will be cheating, talking loud on the phone, playing games and not paying attention. Also, you will be taking pictures and you will hear it say cheese and you will see the flash. Also, you will be texting and not participating in the class activities. Also, if you are listening to music, you will be dancing, singing, and you will hear it.
Cell phones are good for education. Cell phones are good for education for many reasons. First, you can use cell phones for research purposes. Although most schools have at least one computer in the classroom and a computer lab, sometimes this still isn't enough. It can also be expensive to provide a computer to each student at school. So, a good option is to use cell phones for research instead. Students should definitely be able to use their phones during class. A phone is a great device. It can be used for many educational things like research, projects, calculators, and even putting it in dates when a homework, assignment, or a project is due. You can also use phone to call or text your parents. If maybe you forgot your lunch, need lunch money so you can eat at school, or to let them know that you have tutorials after the school day. There are many things that phones are useful for.
We have just heard both sides on their opinion about the issues of cell phone bringing into school. Let's hear for a conclusion on the issue or topic we have. First, from the opposition.
Cell phones enable students to cheat during tests, texting each other the answer. Students might play video games in class. Pupils will be too distracted texting others and playing games on their cell phones. Allowing the kids to use their cell phones in the school can mess up their education. They would be learning, instead they would be doing something beside learning. It can give rise to after-school gang activities and can be misused in many ways, like making prank calls just for fun. This can lead to serious consequences and can cause unnecessary panic as well as waste of time. Cell phones has brought on a whole new age of technology, and as they do make life more convenient in terms of communication. However, the side effect of cell phones and the distraction that they are cause many damage and dangerous and unhealthy situations to occur. Cell phones cause brain damage, car accidents, and are distractions at schools. On top of that, they are also a huge threat to the environment. When comparing the healthy of ourselves and our world to convenience, our world is more important. For these reasons, we have proved our point that cell phones do more harm than good.
Now a conclusion from the proposition.
Cell phones are not just cell phones anymore. People rely on them for video chatting, for conference calls, searching the web for nearby restaurants, taking pictures of their travels, using a GPS tracking system, and more. The majority of people own cell phones nowadays, and people rely on them more than ever. Cell phones have become a part of everyday life, and I could not imagine what it would be like having to live without cell phones. Being away at school, I still am able to contact with my parents and grandparents. Although I am far away from them, cell phones are vital service in the human connection because people are able to have connection that the past decades never imagined. The cell phone is an incredible invention that has altered our lives forever. Cell phones have also changed our world because they add mobility, cheaper long-distance calling, advanced technology, and evolving device. They make it easier for people to keep in communication with each other.